There. Now I'm going to show you how I use my whey that is remaining from when I drained my yogurt. I use it to make bread. I use my bread machine just to mix up the dough. I do have a KitchenAid mixer, and I know you can easily do it in the KitchenAid, but I like the bread machine. It's totally mixes it for you, punches it down, lets it rise one time, and then I bake it in my oven. I'm going to show you a couple tips. I should know off by heart my favorite bread recipe, the family favorite bread recipe, but I don't know it off by heart, and I always keep it magnetized, attached to my bread machine. Works for me. Just a little tip that I would share with you. And this is another tip. I have my whey that I took out of the fridge, and it was quite cold. I'm not going to use it right out of the fridge as cold as it was. So I put it in hot tap water for about 10 minutes. I gather up all my stuff in that 10 minutes. So now this is room temperature whey. I need a 1 1/4 cup for my particular recipe that I'm making. All bread machine recipes are basically the same. I'm making a French baguette. And the process is usually the same for all bread machines. You start with your liquid. I've got a tablespoon of sugar, 1 1/4 teaspoons of salt. Already got that pre-measured. Put it in the container of my bread machine. 3 1/2 cups of flour. I can smell that whey has a yogurt smell to it, a soured smell. That was 3 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour and 1 1/4 teaspoons of yeast. 1, 2. Now I'm going to fit this into my bread machine. Okay, just give me oh, there it is. I'm going to find the dough setting. Start. 2 hours should be done. I'll show you what it looks like, how I roll it out. I'm going to have to let it rise one more time after it's been processed in the bread machine and then baked. I'll be back to show you that all in a couple hours.
My bread machine has indicated that the dough cycle has been completed. I'm taking my loaf out, my bread out, and I have a 2-foot strip of wax paper that's slightly floured. I have my baking sheet with my parchment paper ready, and I have vegetable oil and plastic wrap. I'm working the dough into a tubular shape. I'm folding it over tightly. I want this to be a rustic shape of a loaf. Put it on my baking sheet. I'm going to be drizzling a little bit of vegetable oil on the top, rubbing it in with my hands, and then covering that with the plastic wrap and waiting for it to double in size about 1.5 hours. My dough has doubled in size. I'm going to bake this in a preheated oven, 365 degrees, for 25 minutes.
Well, here's my loaf, half gone. I would describe this as similar to a sourdough bread. It's absolutely delicious. I'm going to put some yogurt cheese on a slice for my breakfast. Okay, thanks for watching. Hope you give this a try. Bye-bye now.